the feeling of loss, and how you get back, and how you can come back from it, in a sense. Not how you can come back from it, but how it's okay to grieve. Like, don't beat yourself up because you don't know how to grieve. When you lose something, person, anything, just because if it's a new experience, old experience, anything, you're gonna perceive it a certain way. And this also goes back to comparing yourself to other people. For example, when it comes to me, losing people, I struggle with crying. I don't cry. I don't cry. I'm not much of a crier. And it used to bother me when I was younger, when I seen people crying, because I felt like I wasn't mourning this person enough. And I felt like, in a sense, it was like, oh, do you really care about this person enough if you're not able to cry about them? In a sense, I don't think that's the truth. I'm just not a crying individual majority of the times. I don't like, there's certain, very, very certain topics, certain things that can really irk my nerve and like really make me cry. But a lot of the time, there's slim to none things that can bother me into that sense of where I'm crying. There's not a lot of things that could bother me in the sense of crying. But mourning, the how you accept loss is its own. I feel like it's its own art in a sense. Losing something is art. Let me break this down to you. It has its own. It's like it has its own storyline to it. Like the loss of something, and then how you come back from it, or how you perceive it after. It feels like it's like a movie, or like some type of art piece being put together. How you it's like the ups and downs of the situation. For example, if I want to I'll give an example of myself. I'd say, what year would that be? I would give it a sense of my 10th grade year of school. I'm now a sophomore college, just to give a timeline in a sense. My 10th grade year of school, I lost my uncle, father figure in my life, very close. I wasn't able to grieve the situation much because I spent a lot of my time looking after my mother, or not looking after but worried about my mother and how she was going to bounce back from the situation more than myself, and who was also a person that was very close with this individual, like extremely close, where to the point of like I considered him a father of mine. So a person that I talked to very often, almost at a point in my life I was talking to this person every day. Once I moved away, I still talk to this person every day. Very like person that's just, family, like, but almost like a father in a sense. Like, yeah, like I treat this person treated me as if, I was their kid. So in a sense like that, I couldn't cry until the memorial. And that was almost 2 months after my uncle passed away. I spent majority of the time worried about my mother and how she was gonna take the situation that I forgot about myself, and how it was eating me alive. And it was eating me alive. Like, I felt that I couldn't feel sorry, or I couldn't feel sad because I had to be strong for somebody else, which I didn't. But in a sense, like, as just a son, as a son, and me and my mother's relationship is just, I felt as I needed to be there for her in that sense. I will say though, like, that when you lose somebody, don't negate your own feelings, even if you don't have to. Even if you're not doing it for anybody, but just trying to downplay your own feelings because you don't want to face it. It for me, and just to give you an example, like for me, I got into a very bad depression. I was thinking about suicide at points in my life. I was thinking about suicide at that time. I was already having a lot of other issues. Was dealing with stuff in school. I ended up getting kicked out of school that same year, by the way, just to give you Also, like another situation that was going on at the time was just like struggling. I was more figuring myself. I really didn't have much self confidence. Was really like, yeah, I didn't have much self confidence at all. Was growing. I was like genuinely just growing up, and I was just dealing with something hard at the time. And then loss was like foreign. Loss was not foreign to me, but a close loss like that was very new to me. Like, yeah, like imagine losing a father. Imagine losing like your father. Like, you talk to your father every day. Like, you know, obviously he didn't give birth to me, but treated him as such as if he was my father. Me also, both of my uncles treated them both the same way. They just that's just the role they stepped up for in my life. Uh, that they just I mean yeah that they played in my life. That's just the role that they played in my life. So that's just how it was. And that loss and having to not having to, but putting those feelings down caused me for caused mass destruction in my life at a point, even mentally, to the point where I was panic attacks, stressing, some very bad anxiety, depression, yeah, like extremely bad. Like it was bad. But I say all of that to say that never put your feelings down, or never hide. And I would say not never hide your feelings, but don't forget it's okay to have feelings. Like, you're a human at the end of the day. Like, don't forget it's okay to have feelings. Like, you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel mad, even as a man. Like, and as a man, it's just I feel like us as men, we have may just be how you were raised, how you just seen things around in your childhood. It's just there's multiple things that lead to you not being able to deal with your own emotions, or once you are having emotional distress, you start to crumble, and then you feel as you have nobody to be there for you, which is understandable. Like, I understand if you feel as you have nobody to be there for you, but don't don't not seek help because you feel as there's nobody out there, because you honestly don't know. If you don't try, you wouldn't know. There's plenty of people out there. There's people you've never met before that will be willing to help you. Just reach out. If like, the help is there, promise. Like, the help is there. You also need to want to help yourself. Like, yes, depression is hard at times, and you don't really you really don't want to do anything. You feel as you're just stuck there forever. Like, it's a very, very horrible feeling. You feel as you're stuck there forever. But at the end of the day, it's not. It's just a time thing. And that person that did pass away would want you to succeed with life. They wouldn't want you to become, or just that loss in general, or whatever made you feel depressed. Wouldn't want it, like, you wouldn't want that to, like, block you from what you need to do. Like, you can't let something like that block you from living your life, because it was never meant for it to block you from living life. Honestly, like I said, it was more of experience. It's something that you're gonna have to experience. For example, one day you're gonna have to experience losing your mother. You got to experience losing your father, mother, brother, sister. Well, in no sense you might not have to experience those, but there's things you're gonna have to experience loss in a way that other people that you find, loss of a job, things that are very near and dear to your heart, and you're gonna be forced to experience losing something. So just because you lose something does not mean you crumble. Yes, it's okay to mourn. Yes, it's okay to grieve about certain things. No, it's not going to go away immediately. And yes, there's not a specific way you're supposed to do it. You're going to do it at your own time, and you're going to do it how you're supposed to do it. But don't let that block you from what needs to be done, or living your life in general. Like, these are not some things that you should block yourself from. You should knock you off your path, your life path completely, in a sense. Yeah, like, don't it's I promise you, it's so much better when you're able to you're able to grieve about the situations, even crying, talking to people, things of that nature, they all feel better after time. It's not an instant relief. It's not an instant relief. Some people might be instant relief, but it's not an instant relief. Just know that there's other people that went through the same situations as you. I mean, went through a grieving part like you, because grieving is normal as humans. It's just something that we all do. As humans, there's a lot of things that we all deal with. We don't deal with the same exact situation, but we don't deal with the same exact situation or perceive the same situation the same way. But we all deal with things of that nature and whole. If you understand what I'm saying, like these are just common occurrences that we have to deal with as humans. That's really it for today.